Welcome everyone to Secular Soapbox. Today we have Jon the Skeptick. There's not a lot of people in this online content creator space that I say I respect as much as Jon. He is a friend. He has an amazing channel, and we've hit it a lot in the hit off a lot in the DMs. He's an amazing person. Stay tuned for this episode of Secular Soapbox.
I love it.
Hey,
I love
hey,
watching in the background, and you're the skeptic, the dancing, and
not a lot of people know that. Like, I mean, a lot of people do know that was a lie, but in the US, a tick is a check mark, and so a lot of people think that I'm like a blood-sucking insect. No,
that's so good.
Yeah, no, I'm a tick, a check mark.
Yeah, and you're usually a giant talking circle.
Right. I manifest in human form for occasions like this, where I speak to people face to face. Yeah. The rest of the time, just floating through as a wobbly circle.
Yeah, that's how I first saw you. It was a wobbly circle with this great accent.
I mean, I haven't got like good faces like you have, so I'm like, let's just hide it. Here you go. That's what I'm doing now. So there you go.
It's great to finally meet you.
Likewise, we've spoken a lot on the DMs as well. But David's always in mine. He's honestly.
Yeah. No, but I'm being serious. I wish I had something. I was more articulate in my opening thing, but I really do. Like, I respect you a lot. Like, you've helped when my channel was just starting. You offered me some really good advice. You were helpful, not just publicly but privately. I really. And you've helped out with doing voiceovers for Deep Drinks as well for the slavery panel promotional stuff. Even though you didn't charge me anything, like I couldn't afford it anyway. But you're a professional voice actor, and I was like, man, can you just what can I do to get you to just say these few lines? And you just killed it, and it made the panel so much better, like so much more hype for the panel.
Yeah,
I love it. I always ask for stuff like that.
I was telling my husband before the show, I was like, it's so nice that I'm going to finally get to meet him, because like 2 summers ago when I was just doing a couple things on TikTok, you reached out to me and you were so encouraging to me. So you're just such a kind person. And yeah, it's not surprising that you would just want to help wherever you can.
I just love it. I'm a massive fan of the community, and we can't, as community content creators, we can't progress without more of a community. So we need a community. So we need to foster that.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of reaching out and helping where I can. I mean, I don't know very much. I've only got 35k subscribers. It's not like I'm huge, but I'm like, but you know what I mean. It's not.
That's pretty impressive for like, it's your baby, right? Like, it's not like you don't have like a team.
No.
But something like, so people, you go subscribe to the Skeptic, because it's really great content. I was just saying, I don't know where it hasn't been popping up in my algorithm, but like, your content is really entertaining. You kind of critique Christian ideas, Christian nationalism, like just like you critique like a lot of
but I also go for the Muslims as well, because I don't feel like because they're still a big part of the religious community. They're not necessarily where I am, but there is Islam in America, so I don't just want to focus on the one. So yes, predominantly it is Christian content, but it's a little bit here and there of Islam as well. Because essentially it's all the same. So
it's the same. Yeah, just adding a bit of
just change the words ever so slightly. Oh, this God now, not this God.
So I have a bit of a confession. I am excited because I know your story, but Stacey doesn't, and I kind of just want to sit back and watch Stacey's face as you just. Can we just do a little bit of a? Can we just do a little bit of like maybe like a 15-minute segment? Just quickly talk about your deconstruction, because you didn't grow up a Christian, but you did.
No, I always. So you almost always assume that someone does when they do this kind of thing. So when you told me just 15 seconds ago, no, I was like, wait, what? Okay, show starting. I want to hear that.
Live.
Yeah.
It literally was that as well. He's like, we're going on in 5, 4. Oh, right. Oh, here we go. So yes, I'm one of the lucky ones. I never really believed in a higher power. I never believed in a God. I was brought up as like a semi-spiritualist, and spiritualists don't necessarily believe in deities. They are more about the afterlife. And I was taught that my grandmother was a psychic medium, specifically clairvoyant. She believed she could see dead people and converse with them through a crystal ball that she had. She's one of those. And I, growing up, clearly had quite a troubled childhood, and things manifest. They trick your brain in certain ways to make you see and hear and believe things are happening to you. And when I was, I think it was when I was 5, I saw a man walk through my sister's bedroom door. The door was closed, so he walked through the door. And I went absolutely terrified, in a state of semi-dream, semi-awake, ran down to my mother and told her, and she said, "Oh, that was my spirit guide." So thanks, Mother, for lying to me and convincing me that I'd seen something. So that was the very first time that I experienced something. And then my family then convinced me that I had the gift of speaking to the dead. Because I would hear voices. I would hear children playing outside at midnight when I'm sleeping. So I'm kind of in a semi-dream state, hearing voices, and I would tell my parents, and they're like, "Oh, that's because you have the gift." And so I decided that in my 20s, I wanted to explore. I got to a point where I was ready to speak to the dead. I used to be terrified of the dark. I would sleep. I'm going to use my curtain as an example, but I have my mouth exposed like this and sleep like this, so that I couldn't accidentally see any dead people in the middle of the night. Yeah, it was freaky, and I'd you get chills when your imagination goes crazy. You get, your body reacts because your brain is reacting to things that you think is happening, and it's all stupid trickery that your brain does. So I would get chills, and I'd cover my face so that I wouldn't see any of the dead people. Anyway, digressing. I got to the point in my 20s where I'm like, I am ready to learn how to control my gift. I want to speak to dead people. I want to pass on messages. I've been to Spiritualist Medium Church, which is a very surreal thing where 5 mediums sit at the front, or in the cases when I went, and they'd start going, "Oh, I'm getting a message from someone who's passed recently. Their name begins with an M or an N," and someone at the back go, "Oh, my Aunt Nancy just died," and they're like, "Oh yeah, Nancy, yeah, that's what, stupid." Really terrible cold reading,
but that's not
absolute scam. Yeah,
that's not horrible. That much different sometimes from prophecies and what prophets will do in church.
So there are similarities, but I was like, I want to do that. I want to give people messages. And the more I researched it, the more I discovered what utter BS it is. And that was when I was like, oh, okay, I don't believe this anymore. I'm done. I can't do it. Wow. And I didn't have the God belief, but I did have the belief in living forever and seeing my family when I died taken away from me suddenly.
Yeah.
And that was my struggle. And so my angry atheism came from that part of it, not being able to live on and see my family when they died. Or more importantly, my dead dog, who was my best friend. I know, that's the worst part. I'm never going to see my dog again.
What was your belief in an afterlife as someone who had
just live hang out together? Yeah, live on as a ghost. You come back and you can give messages. I also, another thing that kind of pulled me away and that I struggled with was when my gran passed away. Me and my gran were best friends. She had a lot of grandchildren. I wasn't the oldest. I was somewhere near the end. But she absolutely made out to everybody in her family that I was her favorite grandchild, which is awful. That's a terrible thing for a grandparent to do. Never do that, grandparents. But so a lot of my cousins were like, well, John's not very good because he's granny's favorite. So when she passed away, I knew that she would give me a message.
Oh.
She would come and tell me that it was all going to be okay. And well, what is it? 31 years later, I still haven't had a message from her. So yeah, that's the kind of one of the things that made me go, do you know what? Maybe this is a load of BS.
Yeah.
So I was lucky. I didn't have the God belief, but I did have the afterlife stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen if the skeptic got a message?
I wouldn't believe it now. No,
yeah, what would happen? Would he be like if it was? Would he be like
have to
take
be
you to a mental ward?
Yeah,
something?
right.
Like,
yeah, probably. No, but I can't even I don't hallucinate any of that stuff anymore. I haven't heard voices in a long time because now my mind is at the point where I'm like, I know that this is rubbish. So I can't no part of me can believe it, which is really sad because I really enjoyed potentially being able to speak to dead people, but that's kind of been taken away. So if there was a sign, I just wouldn't believe it now.
Yeah. I get that because I was raised being told that I had the gift of prophetic dreams, and the gift of prophecy, right? Mm-hmm. And now that I don't believe in that anymore, I don't actually get those prophetic dreams.
There you go.
Prophetic words.
Yeah.
So I stopped believing in it, and it's like that gift kind of ends. So thank you.
We have a super chat.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
That is. So thank you, well-reasoned Super Hawk.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So hello. I love your channel, Jon. Still cannot believe what happened with your job. Yes, we are going to get to that for sure.
It was
I was just going to quickly say that last night I had a dream that I started a lawnmower company, a lawn mowing business. Sorry. So I don't know if I'm prophetic, but hey, if that happens.
Do you like mowing lawns?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
And it was
don't do it.
My assistant at my last job was mowing lawns with me, so it was me and her mowing lawns together.
Oh,
it's a weird dream. Yeah, so let's find out. It could be prophetic.
It could be.
But something that Michael Jones
assistant.
Yeah. I'm last. I was the marketing officer, and she was the marketing assistant.
Oh my word!
But as Michael Jones pointed out, and a lot of apologists do, is prophecies don't need to happen. I mean, they can sometimes not happen for various reasons. So if it doesn't work, it fails. I mean, it passes. And if it does work, it passes. So there's no way to falsify it. So yeah, it could still be true.
The real question is, did Stacey's prophecies, work?
Yeah. Actually, before we jump into Jon's situation, did you actually have any prophetic dreams that came to pass? Stacey?
Me? Well, sometimes people would ask me if I ever did get any prophetic dreams about them. And sometimes I would get dreams about them that I wouldn't know anything about their situation. And so then I would go and be like, okay, I had this dream. And sometimes it would be one time I dreamt about their husband watching porn. I was 14 and they were like, oh, this is exactly what I needed to know. But at the same time,
oh no,
what guy doesn't watch porn?
Yeah.
Right?
So that's not the disturbing part. The disturbing part was you're 14.
I know. It's
I love it. I just imagine her right, I knew he was up to something, and she's like, I'm divorcing you.
This 14-year-old just told me what you're doing.
Exactly. I never thought about how weird that is. But at the same time, they came to me and said, if you ever have any dreams about me and my marriage, let me know. So what that's almost planting the idea of what kinds of things would be wrong in someone's marriage. Okay, well, when you're a Christian, your husband would probably be doing something like adultery or something behind your back. So that seed's kind of planted there. Right. And also, what kind of man wouldn't be watching porn? So it's kind of a given.
You could have had so much fun with it, though. You could have been like, girl, he's going to get you some purple boots for Valentine's Day. What? No!
That's true.
Unless you tithe this much money, you're getting those purple
and
boots.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
First, I want your money.
Yeah.
Then I'll have the tree.
People always say that where atheists don't have morality, but I feel like if we didn't have morality, we'd be rorting everyone for their finances through trickery, supernatural claims, prophecy. We could easily go back to knowing the tricks of the trade. Us three could start a church and say that we're reformed, we're back to the way, and we could take everyone's money.
My favorite thing to say to someone when they say atheists have no morals is to go, what am I doing that's so immoral? Tell me. What have I done that's so immoral? And they're like, oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
That's actually happened to me.
Great.
That has actually happened. So,
yeah.
What was their response?
My face just then. Oh, yeah. it actually works. Thanks for living in Bible Belt America, me. Because you get that kind of thing all the time.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it does happen a lot.
So what's going on with in Bible Belt America? Are you
do I have news for you?
Yeah. So, I for the last year had been running a theatre because I've got a background in musical theatre. So I was putting on shows for this theatre, and it was very successful. Then my son got RSV, which, if you're not a parent, it's very scary. We were in the hospital for 7 days with a feeding tube and monitoring a baby that probably would have died if he'd stayed home. So that was fun. Whilst in hospital, I know I probably shouldn't have said some of the things I said, but I did make a social media post asking for people to not pray for me because I was getting inundated with prayers. Did you see it?
I saw that post. Yeah, I did.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
I remember that post. Okay.
I made David. There's a video.
You weren't rude. You were very matter of. I didn't think it was.
I didn't think it was rude either.
I didn't think it was rude.
My wife was very annoyed with me because of some of the language I used. But I mean, she's well within her rights too. She's a lawyer. She knows what she's talking about. Anyway, I'd been traveling. The hospital we were at was an hour and 20 minutes away from where we live. I was still working, so I was going home to work, then coming back to the hospital to sleep overnight, then going back again. And, I'd been traveling. I was tired. We had 3-hour feeds overnight. So, we weren't sleeping properly.
No.
I was exhausted. And I was getting messages and texts and calls saying, oh, well, we're doing this. We're praying for you. We're praying for you. And it broke me.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can take. And so I made a public post on my personal Facebook saying, please do not pray for me. Here are some alternatives. Hope he gets better. If there's anything we can do, let us know. This is the atheists' belief.
Yeah.
That we don't. I don't want to speak for you both, but we don't appreciate prayer because it's essentially just. I said in my post. Yeah. Well, I said it's about as useful as throwing an egg at the floor on my behalf. There's nothing that I get from it, so please don't say it. Anyway, one person, and I cannot name that person, decided to use this as an opportunity to proselytize me and tell me how I am a child of the God and how the God loves me and how they're going to continue to pray for me and how they love me, but they think I'm wrong and all this stuff. Stupidly, I bit back. I could have just left it, but I didn't. And I said some things, including your God isn't real. And so,
that'll get him.
My bosses saw that, and that started stuff.
Oh, geez.
Wait, on your private Facebook page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Who I'm friends with the people,
course,
so they're going to see it. Then a week and a half later, a member of my cast in my show had started posting some very inappropriate anti-LGBTQ rhetoric on their personal Instagram, which I hadn't seen, but some members of my cast had. And it made them. Theatre's filled with queer community. There's a lot of folks in the queer community who are in theatre. So my main priority was to protect them. So I asked the person to be removed, and the board of the company that I was running did not like that, and so they forced me out, and they've made it all about being atheist.
Oh my gosh!
So I no longer have a job because I'm an atheist. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So welcome. I'm a British man living in Kentucky, and I don't have a job because I'm an atheist.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
David looks stunned.
Wow.
It's been a lot. And
Yeah.
that was 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's so fresh too, because I don't know how you can be. First of all, I'm shocked that I don't even know how you can be in theater and be anti-LGBT. Like,
Yeah.
my understanding is you'd probably be pushing like 50% of like the folks
and the
in,
rest,
like,
yeah.
Like, it's
A lot.
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. Well, I know that
Your stunned faces right now.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
What happened?
I know that I was talking with Sidney Davis Jr. And okay, thank you so much for this
Whoa.
super chat.
Oh,
Like,
wow,
wow.
that's a huge super chat.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That's awesome. Well done,
Yeah.
Skyhawk.
Thank you so much. So kind. She was saying, because she lives in the Bible Belt as well. And I'm pretty sure she's open about where she lives. I don't think it's a secret, but
Yeah,
just
somewhere.
in, I'll just say the state. She's in Tennessee, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Not that bad, but, like,
But
somewhere
she-
in the
Yeah, she said that even for like applying for jobs, there's pastoral references on job applications. And I was like, wait, what? Because I'm in Canada.
Right. Yeah.
And
No.
that would be
no.
Not with that accent.
Okay. So self-conscious.
that would be.
No, you're fine.
Imagine crossing it out and
Yeah.
writing Umam, or like
Yeah.
like, oh, here's my Umam reference.
I have
or,
never seen pastoral reference
that's-
Wow.
on a job application before. So yeah, that's just crazy to me.
Mm.
But so like someone in the chat, Ember, said, fun fact, that's not a legal reason to fire someone. So
Nope. Though
Yeah.
Kentucky is an at-will employment state, so there are some like things. It's weird, but
Okay.
luckily I'm married to a lawyer, so
okay.
Yeah,
they know
you
what
get,
to do in these situations. I don't know if I'm going to
guys-
do things, but
Right.
there's a
so
chance.
you might be there's a chance you might be lawyering up, Or
Yeah.
or
I mean, I lawyer
throwing
up
bricks
every
a little
day. I lawyered up. What is it? 13 months ago, I lawyered up big time.
Aw.
Yeah, because I now have a 6-month-old baby. So,
There you go.
wait, was my maths right then? No, that was terrible
Wait.
maths.
Wait.
Yeah, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by lawyered up?
We're-
I lawyer because my wife's a lawyer.
I know, but are you saying that
told
you
you-
was pregnant before you
I
got
was
married?
being
Sex-
rude. No, I was being
Oh.
rude. But unless my maths was terrible. I just picked a number out of the air.
Wow.
John, this isn't the first time you guys have and you spoke about this on my channel, and I'm hoping it's okay to bring it up again. But it's
I
this
know
is
what's
the first time you've kind of been, excuse my French, fucked by the state of Kentucky, because like you guys had like a ectopic pregnancy before the birth of Arthur.
Yeah, right.
And in which case, like if you would. Maybe you should tell the story, because if you're okay.
Okay.
It was
It was-
I'm gonna get in some of my personal life now. Me and my wife decided in July of 20. Wait, what year is it? 22. We're gonna
got
start
married up
trying
then as
for a
well.
baby. So we decided to start trying, and in August of 22, we got pregnant, which was awesome. And unfortunately, that baby was ectopic. And for those that don't know, ectopic pregnancies don't quite make it down the fallopian tube. So the baby had started to develop inside the fallopian tube, which if you get to a certain point, that is life-threatening. It's very life-threatening.
Yeah.
And we live in Bible Belt America, and there it's very difficult in some states to get an abortion, even if it's like medically like desperate for the lady to have the procedure. We went to the hospital, we went for a scan, there was no baby, but she was very pregnant because everything that started happening. We discovered that it was in the fallopian tube. They rushed us to a hospital. Luckily, the cutoff in Kentucky is 6 weeks. If you get it before 6 weeks, even if it's ectopic, you can have an abortion.
Oh my gosh.
We were 2 days away from the 6 weeks. So if she had been 2 days later, she would have been denied an ectopic pregnancy in our state. Medical miscarriage in our state, and we would have had to have gone somewhere else. So
Or
thanks,
an
America.
ectopic
For an
pregnancy.
ectopic pregnancy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, even when I was
That's
a Christian and I was like I was like super pro-life.
Right.
Like if I ever had an ectopic pregnancy, that is not a viable pregnancy, no matter what way you look at it.
Nope.
And I would not. I didn't even think of that as an abortion. It's just
Right.
That's not a viable pregnancy.
Mm-mm.
It's death to the mother and the baby. You just can't live. So I can't even consider how anyone would deny someone medical care in that situation. Like that just blows my mind.
I'm going to make it worse for you, Stacey. You're gonna love this. So in America, there's no free healthcare.
I know that.
So the lady who had looked at my wife and checked over was pushing for her to have her fallopian tube removed. Fortunately, which would have cost a lot because it's a surgery.
Yeah.
Would have cost a lot of money. Luckily, a friend of ours used to work in this field, and she was saying, "Right, check this with the doctor. Check this with the doctor. If all these markers are met, you can go medical, which is like a cancer treatment as a."
Like a pre-cancer treatment.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's like a pill, and it just destroys the cells and it stops it from forming. It made her very sick. But we were lucky that we had that friend, because our friend, there was no heartbeat, so we were at the right stage to have it done with just a pill, a tablet. And so we got it done. She was sick for 3 months on that treatment, just to get some cells that were like tinier than the end of my fingernail to reabsorb into the body. So we were lucky that she was offered that in the end when we pushed for it, but the doctor was so like money hungry.
She was getting kickbacks, right?
They were
kickbacks from the surgery.
Like yeah. It's like I did another surgery today. That's another $200. Yeah, it's literally it's all on commission. So yeah,
that's wild to me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay, you're getting personal. I had my fallopian tubes removed 3 years ago just because I'm done having babies, and I literally walked in and said, "Can I get them removed?" Sure. Do you want them removed in 2 months? Sure. That was it. No bill.
Right. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I missed that no bill because I came from the UK. There's no bills. So just go, I'll have this done now. Okay.
Yeah. I walk in, walk out, and I sent an email. Thank you for your great service.
There you go.
And that was the end of that. But I will tell you, this is totally off topic, but there was a nurse in my surgery that was not an actual nurse. And now I'm part of a class action lawsuit.
That's so everyone.
It's made national news in Canada. I got a letter.
Oh God!
I got a letter 9 months later saying, "Just so you know," and I was like, "Wait, what?" And so then I look it up. If you look up like fake nurse Canada, and so I'm part of a class action lawsuit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh
wow.
Okay,
well,
crazy.
That's funny.
But I'm safe. I'm good.
Okay, good.
I was not harmed.
Wow. Well, and so on that subject, I have booked in to have my nuts chopped. I'm getting fixed. I'm 40 years old. I don't want to have another one. I'm done. One and done.
No.
Man, so how is it, eh? How is having a child, right? Our guy's won, and it's like
I'm so tired. And like, my wife. Well, because my wife works all day, so I'm with the baby all the day. And then I'm like, he doesn't sleep very well downstairs because it's colder. So I'm like, I'll just sleep on the sofa so he can have the upstairs bed. And I'm like, I'm just like so tired.
Yeah.
So tired. Wow. But yes, no, I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. And he did his first laugh today. He laughed like proper. It was so funny.
So good.
Yeah. And he blew. I was telling David, he started beatboxing, which is just him going. But I'll go. And he's like.
I love
that's so good.
Oh, it's so stupid. It's ridiculous.
We did. That was an Atlas would go. He's trying to do it. He really wanted to do it. Yeah.
That is so cute. Aw. Oh, all right. So, okay, I want to know, how did you come up with is it Lisa?
Lisa the Rainbow Giraffe?
Yes. How did you come up with that?
So she is actually my wife's creation. When I'm talking on my videos, I like to you point out the silly things about the gods by attributing the stuff to something ridiculous. So there was a time where I was like, well, it's just like if a purple hippo was to do this, and it's just like if I came up with so many silly little things. And one day I said to Becca, I was like, I really want a creature that's going to stand out, because I keep just doing this single color. And she's like, well, why don't you do a rainbow giraffe? And I was like, oh, duh, that's great. And then I was like, what do I call it? And there's a woman, a female artist who actually does a lot of rainbow creatures. And so she shouldn't really be named after her because of like copyright and stuff. But there's a famous artist. I'm not going to say her name.
I think I know who
it's obviously Lisa
about.
something.
I know who you're talking about.
So she's like, you have to call her Lisa after this artist. And I was like, well, okay, don't we have to delete this video now because if she ever finds out,
don't worry.
No, it's
I won't
fine. I'm
say
sure
her last name.
No, there you go. Yeah, well, there you go. And then. So I had Lisa the Rainbow Giraffe for a couple of months. And then I did a Muslim street preacher video and just like took that apart with my silly stupidness. And every time he said the name Prophet Muhammad, he would say, peace be upon him. And I was like, oh, there's something in this. So I started in that video saying "leaf be upon her" every time he said "peace be upon him," and it just stuck. And now, like, I go places, and if people see me with my T-shirt, they're like "leaf be upon her," and that's the one in the private chat. Gosh. That is the one. So now it's just a thing, and I am planning on writing a book of Lisa. I think that'll be. I think it would sell really well. I'm planning on plushies and writing a book because so many people ask, "Can you buy that shirt?" Yeah, if you go and check out my Skeptic merch shop, there's. I sell these these go every month. I get more and more sales of these every month.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's on Spreadshirt. No, Teespring.
Oh, cool.
Teespring, yeah. Which is now just Spring. But yeah, I've got links underneath all of my videos where you can buy the merch. And actually, if you watch videos, you can get mugs and stuff. They're all like displayed underneath the video, so you can just there's the thing. I'll buy that. So that's where Lisa came from, and
So do people recognize? You were saying they see your T-shirt. Do they recognize you even in the Bible Belt?
Yeah, it's more at like conventions and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I go out to conventions. Although there are people in my hometown that are subscribed to me and have found me organically.
Oh my gosh.
And one guy has a T-shirt and walks around in a T-shirt.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So, and the town that I live in's got like 9,000 people. It's very small.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. And yeah, I've probably got about 6 or 7 subscribers just in my hometown that know.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is funny.
Yeah.
That's neat.
It's so surreal because I've done YouTube. I've been on YouTube for 14 years now. And I had an old channel that I got to about 7,500 subscribers, but I destroyed the algorithm on that thing. So I just gave up in 2021 and focused solely on the Skeptic.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So even though you came out of like the woo stuff,
right. Yeah.
What made you decide to really focus on kind of like the religious content and primarily like the Christian belief?
Well, so I actually did try a couple of things when I first started the channel back in 21. I started. I was trying, like, I thought I'd try a bit of flat earth, and I'll mix it up. I'll do a bit of flat earth and I'll do a bit of religion. I've actually got like 3 or 4 flat earth videos on my channel, but they're very, very early on. They haven't even hit like 10,000 views yet. They're like very, very low in the mix. But the religious stuff was the stuff that took off. So I was like, I'm just going to focus on this because I get the flat earth stuff, but for me, there are only like a certain amount of arguments you can make. And I didn't feel confident making those same arguments, but sound slightly different. Whereas with the religious stuff, yes, there's the same arguments, but I feel like I'm confident in changing up how you say it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just sort of focused in on that. And I did a video, I mean, I didn't get my first 1,000 subscribers until 9 months after I started the channel. But I made a video. There's a channel called Breaking the Habit, and it's a brother. I can't remember what his name is. And there's a video that I want to do coming up. But he's an actual like monk. And I did this video, and it's an open letter to atheists. And that was my first breakthrough video. And instead of getting like 200 or 300 views, I actually got like 2,000 views in a week. And I was like, oh, this is good. Yeah. And there was another video that I did where Kent Hovind, everybody's favorite uncle, Kent Hovind. I love that man. I did a video where he was whacking Simon Dan, who's a flat earther. Sorry, flat earth debunker.
Right.
And Dan saw my video and then asked me to cover a video on his channel. And this is like, I only had like 400 or 500 subscribers at the time. And he asked me to cover a video, and I did a Ray Comfort Big Bang, like trying to convert an atheist to a theist by using the Big Bang. It was a very stupid staged video, but I did this thing. Dan loved it, and his audience loved it. And I went from 1,072 subscribers to like 3,000 subscribers overnight.
Oh, wow.
On that one video. And that's when it just went, it flew.
Oh my gosh.
And then like 2 months later, I had 10K, and it was just going crazy. Yeah. So that was the start of my channel.
So you're like, okay, I'll continue with this religious stuff.
And I knew that I was coming to, because I'd met my wife. We met in 2019. Yeah, 2019. And we did long distance. And when we started dating and got to the point where I was like, I'm going to move over there, or we're going to move in together, I knew that I was coming here. She's got a daughter. And so we didn't want to take her away from her dad. I had no ties back in the UK. So I was like, I'll move there. Oh crap, I'm moving to Bible Belt America. Oh, I need to get, because I'm like, I could comfortably speak about being atheist back in the UK. And I was like very outspoken about it because I just found it fascinating, and I needed an outlet. So that's where the Skeptic came from.
Right.
So
wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Long-winded. I'm sorry.
No, I love it. I just was like,
we have another super chat.
Okay, well reasoned.
$50 from Well Reasoned again.
Well reasoned, just chucking money at you this evening. That's great.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what a lovely person.
We are trying to become a nonprofit here at
That's
Skeptic
awesome.
Haven. So it says, good luck on becoming a nonprofit, and thank you for what you are doing. I have to run. I will catch the rest later, but I've really enjoyed my first time catching you live. Oh my gosh, this is your first time here?
I think I brought them over. I think I brought them over from, because I posted on my community channel.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, John.
That's awesome.
That's what the community is all about. That's what we do.
Exactly.
Yeah. What we do.
Yes. Everyone remember to hit the like button. Thank you.
Thank you,
so much. That is just, I love it. I love meeting new people from other people's communities. So fan. I have made so many friends that way. So that's how I met David, was from Myth Vision.
Oh.
So
yeah, you reached out to me. I'm so we've become BFFs forever. But the I have a question, John, and Stacey as well. I have a question for both of you actually. Let me just interview both of you now.
Okay.
So do you ever get? Well, I'm sure, John, you probably have. Stacey, I don't know if you have, but like, do you get messages from people who are like, I am the third eye of Jupiter, and the great eagle has told me that the sun is returning, and but like, do you get like crazy like actual insane people messaging you, telling you about like the end of the world? Or really?
No, but I have had someone come up to me. People do come up to you in America and will talk about the Jesus and the gods and stuff. And one person once said to me, are you such a jolly and happy person because Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior? And I'm like, no, I just I've had a good day. That's it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Wow. You guys really never received that? I get so much. One guy who won't stop messaging me. I had to mute him.
Well, is that on YouTube though?
No, this is like, he's found my Facebook and he won't stop. And then he's part of this, I will say cult, because you won't see this, but he's part of this cult who believes that the Bible is to do with aliens and they're waiting for the second coming of their alien mothership. And
what?
And Eurasians or something. I was almost going to do a documentary on them because their headquarters are in Brisbane, like only an hour away. And there's like 1 million followers around the world. Vice did a documentary, but they believe that the the Bible and a bunch of stuff are like to do with aliens, and the aliens are coming back, and you've got to prepare the mothership and all that shit. Like, it's crazy.
I think someone like that messaged me after I did an interview with Aaron Adair and the person who he co-wrote that book.
Must be the same guy, because
it's probably the same person. And I was like, what is this? And I just deleted it. I was like, I don't know. And I feel really bad that I can't remember the other person's name right off the top of my head right now. But
Raelians.
Oh, Raelian. Yeah. I got one message, but yeah. But
they're a UFO cult.
John, my mom was just in Nashville for 3 months, and she was like, oh my gosh, the Bible Belt is something else. So
my goodness.
Yeah, she's like,
is she back now?
She's back now.
She couldn't take it anymore.
No, she loved Nashville.
Oh, okay,
she
that's
actually loved Nashville. But she'd be at dinner, and like random people would just start talking about Jesus and want to like convert you, and she's just like, oh my gosh, this is so weird, because it's not like that here in Canada. Or like there's pockets of religious places, but people aren't.
And that's the same as the UK. There are pockets of little communities.
Yeah,
like church is so undersubscribed in the UK now. I've never heard of a church like filling up. Not in my lifetime. But I was here. We've got a Ring doorbell, and must have been just before Christmas. I had a knock on the door, or a ring on the doorbell, and there was a lady there. She came to tell me about Jehovah. She came to tell me about Jehovah, and my wife's sitting upstairs holding Arthur, and she said, she started asking me about, what do you believe? And I said, well, I'm actually an atheist. She went, and I was like, yeah. And you know what? Jehovah's are one of my favorites. I have a channel on YouTube. I've never done a Jehovah's Witness video. I should do, because they are great. But I did say to her that I make content online, and Jehovah's Witnesses are one of my favorites. And she could not get away from me quick enough. And we had it all recorded on Ring as well. So I probably should upload that somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say that the next time someone comes, I'll be like, I'm an atheist and I make content on YouTube about stuff. Like that.
I always say, the logical fallacies and all this ridiculousness. Yeah, that gets them, because they're like, what? If you say just logical fallacies, stumps them. Just say it.
I bet it would, because I was saying before, I think, didn't I say it on a show with you, David? Like, I didn't even know what logical fallacies were when I was a Christian, and then I realized, Christianity is all logical fallacies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Just say it, and like the look on their faces is hilarious.
Yeah. Okay.
I get so annoyed, because we have Jehovah's Witnesses who knock on our door and will like all write handwritten letters to tell us like to come to their brainwashing
before
ceremonies.
Easter. Yeah, before Easter they send you handwritten letters to invite you.
Yeah. And I always contact them, and I'm like, hey, I'm not interested in coming to your event, but I have a channel where I interview people about their faiths. Can I please interview you? And they always turn me down, because I think it's like, I literally asked some guy that came and I said, you guys aren't allowed to come on my channel. And he said, we're allowed to. I'm like, oh, so you want to come on? And I'm like, and then he's like, well, I'll think about it. And then he's like, he replies, and he's like, I'm not coming on for these reasons. And I was like, so you're not allowed. You're not allowed, because, and I spoke to ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, and it's because they can't, if they make the church look bad, that's like a really horrible thing. They're not interested in kind of promoting anything. They're interested in telling you about Jesus. They don't actually care. This is how I get it. This is how it feels for me. They don't actually care about you. They're just doing their job, and their job is to tell you about Jesus. And if you want to listen, great. If you don't want to listen, no skin off their neck. But they're not interested in having an honest conversation.
Wait, no skin off their neck?
Yeah, is that
that's the saying over there?
Yeah, that's a saying. I know it.
You say no skin off our nose.
Oh, maybe that's the one. I don't know. Either way. Maybe it's both.
It's back, not neck. No skin off my back. Yeah.
That's not the saying.
Oh, I think I know nose. No skin off our nose.
No skin off my nose.
Yeah.
No skin off my back. Well, I said
but you know
I
what?
misspeak all the time.
Oh, but we're all Commonwealth. So
we are all Commonwealth friends.
Yeah, we are.
Humanist. Whatever.
I just learned that David calls his blanket on his bed a doona.
Doona, yeah.
Doona?
Don't you call them doonas?
No, we don't. We call them dunnies. No, that's a toilet.
You call it a what?
No, that's I was just doing an Australian thing. No, we call them duvets.
Oh, say it again. Oh, a duvet. Yeah.
Oh, a duvet.
No, it's French. No, David. No.
No, I know.
Yeah, I call it a duvet or like a comforter.
Yeah, or a blanket.
Or but he's
who's got time for 3 syllables? Doona. It's nicer. 3 syllables.
Blanket is too.
It's got too many harsh.
Oh.
You need doona. It's nice and soft. Doona.
It sounds.
No, my husband. Sorry. I don't know what he's talking about. That's my husband. I don't know. My mom says,
Brian, stop it. It's nose.
I don't know. My mom's saying nose. My husband's saying back. And they're upstairs and they're fighting.
Arguing about it. It's nose.
Upstairs.
By the way,
nose, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian messaged me. Apparently, he learned to surf in Noosa, which is down the road from where we live.
I know.
Yeah, that's really cool.
This is like, should we just sit back and just watch those two argue for
this
25 minutes?
And D, you're coming. D's coming on Deep Drinks tomorrow, so that's going to be. I got the wine. I don't have the kombucha yet. It's coming, but
I need to go. There's so many channels that I've said. Oh yeah, I'll come on that one. Like what's those? I do need to just message me. I'm ridiculously busy.
No, it's fine.
Just message and say we're doing this date, and I'll be like, okay, good. I'm sorry, that was so fast. Oh,
I think the last time, the only time we've had you on Deep Drinks, John, is you brought you were like, we're doing beers. I got the beers especially, and you didn't touch yours because you're like, it's too early in the morning. So it ended up. So I'm drinking beer by myself, and by the end of the interview, you're like, I didn't have any of my beer. I didn't want to drink it. I was like,
that is true. We don't live on the other side of the world, you silly
bugger.
We
need to choose a time where you're comfortable to drink, and I'll get up at any time.
There's a baby in the house. I'm not going to be comfortable to drink for another 3 or 4 years.
Long?
That's very responsible of you. But I think when I had Neil first on, we both drank a bottle of red wine each, and I was responsible to take care of Atlas afterwards. And I was like, I'm good. And I put him in the pram, and I took him with the dog to the dog park. And only halfway there, I realized, like, oh man, I'm really drunk. It was the middle of the day, and I'm like, oh no. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, right. So I started like walking very carefully, like step, like making sure everything, like like
you're like, it's okay. I have a podcast. That's the reason.
and it was like I was halfway there, so I was like, if I just get there, I can just in the dog park. I'm just stand there. And I got to the dog park, but I was drunk. I was like, I shouldn't be out here with a baby when I'm drunk at midday.
Right. And you're pushing the stroller, right?
Yeah, and holding a dog, but I was doing it so carefully, like I was like,
excuse me, mate, pull over. How much have you
I
had
don't
to
think
drink?
I was breaking any laws or anything. I don't think so. I hope not.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hember, what is going on? This is great. Nose is a more polite variation. See, the Brits are so polite. That's what it is.
See,
there you go. I'm learning stuff.
So is my skin off my nose? Is that like getting smacked in the nose?
It's just a polite version of just like, it's no skin off my nose. I don't know.
Yeah,
but what's the skin got to do? How do you get skin off your nose? Like,
why's the skin coming off your back?
Because you're lashed.
Oh yeah, well you thought it was neck.
Yeah, I don't think. Just my brain is just like
I don't know.
Very good.
I don't know. Maybe you, like because when you're whipping, they can like whip around your face, and
Yeah. Didn't you ever see Passion of the Christ?
Boom.
Oh, that was. Do you know what? I'm gonna anger a lot of people. That movie, amazing. The cinematography. I think.
Why is that going to anger people?
Oh man, I say some stuff. Okay, John, get this. I said this on a stream, and everyone was like, even Stacey was like, I don't know if I'd do that. I had friends in the hospital, and they had a sick child, and they're Christian. They're very Christian. And I wrote in there Matthew 11:23 or whatever it is. Cast on. When I wrote them, we sent them flowers and wrote them a letter. And in there we said, I hope your child's okay. And I wrote a Bible verse in there. And it wasn't because I don't believe in it, but they do. And they know that I'm an atheist, but they're probably like, oh, that's a nice gesture that he quotes some Bible verse that will hopefully make us feel better. But that was like a non-atheist thing to do. Same with saying that the Passion of Christ has really great cinematography.
It has
and
great
and music and stuff.
cinematography.
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay,
disagreeing with you
You're
on
one of
You're
that.
not even a real atheist, Stacey. You're not even a real atheist.
One of my favorite musicals is Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, that's my mom's favorite. Wait for her.
One of my
She'll
favorite albums is Antichrist Superstar.
Oh,
I don't know.
I tell you,
Oh.
I'll tell you what I'd like doing, living in Bible Belt America in the summer, is winding my windows down and playing Tim Minchin songs.
Oh, I love Tim
God, for
Minchin.
fixing the cataracts. Hey, listen to this, bud. I don't.
Oh,
shout.
that song.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
There's that one.
Right?
But it also, have you heard Thank You Jesus? Oh no, I Love Jesus by Tim Minchin.
I don't know if I have.
I think I have.
It's so funny because he tries to get all of his crowd to sing I love Jesus.
Oh, you know what? I went back in November. I went to see my brother-in-law because he's a drag queen, and he dedicated that song to me and performed it in drag for me in front of the whole.
Did he do the extra bit? I hate, and then did he do
Yep.
that? But yeah,
He did
okay.
the whole thing.
Yep, that's why it's so funny. It's so inappropriate, and you have to listen to it, David.
Yeah.
Is it? Wait, I think it's ringing the bell. Is the I hate? Is it?
Yep.
a
The
group
little
of people?
sausage. The little sausage. Or yeah.
He did the whole thing.
Are they little sausages over here? Oh, neither of you live in America. Never mind. Bye.
What? I don't know which.
It begins with
Someone
F.
type it. I don't want to get
I'm
like.
not saying. There's no chance.
Yeah.
I'll type it.
Oh my gosh. It was so good.
It's
So-
so inappropriate.
Yeah.
So what's coming up on your channel?
Yeah.
This week, so I've got a great new series that I started a few months ago called Theists Say Stupid Things. And so usually what I do is I pick one long video and I take it apart and say, oh, this is silly because of this, and this is silly because of this. Every 5 weeks, I will do a group of shorter videos that nobody really critiques because they're too short to make a proper video on. So I just lump together a load. So this week I've got Ken Ham saying some stuff, but I like to pick the. It's so funny. He's sitting. I literally just wrote this part of the video where he's sitting, and behind him there's a huge flood going on, which I just think is so ironic. It's like a field is just covered in water. It doesn't look like a lake. It looks like a flooded field. And I just think it's very.
He's a meme. He's the perfect meme.
He lives in the same state as me, and I've never been there.
You need to
He
go.
was trained.
No, listen, my mother-in-law is a believer, and she went to the Ark Encounter.
Oh no!
Am I saying this loud enough?
Yeah.
Because she believes in it. And she said to my stepdaughter, who is also, and she's 9 years old and doesn't believe. We talk about it a lot. She also doesn't believe in Santa because critical thinking. Anyway, so my mother-in-law said to my stepdaughter, "Oh, I'm going to go and see the Ark Encounter," and she goes, "Oh, what's that, Mum?" And she's like, "Oh, it's just a replica of something." And I said something along the lines of, "Yeah, it's a made-up story about people." This is in front of my mother-in-law.
Oh,
Made-up
gosh.
story about some people who rescued some animals during a time of God flooding and killing everyone.
I like referring to the Old Testament stuff as mythology.
You must
like,
be her favorite.
It's the Jewish mythology. It's the Jewish mythology. It's the Christian
right.
mythology. Yeah, like Zeus or one of the other
right.
gods.
I'm like, I
mythology.
go straight in. No, but so after all this stuff of me being fired for being an atheist, my mother-in-law, bless her, she said, "Oh, you don't deserve any of this. You're such a nice person," which I feel like is a really backhanded thing to say.
Right.
They won't see it like that. Yeah.
No, she doesn't. And I
Yeah.
honestly, my mother-in-law is one of the best people on earth. I absolutely love her. The only thing we don't agree on, and it literally is the only thing we don't agree on, is God.
Right.
But everything else, we have the same values. Which
That's
is
great.
Which is great. Yeah.
I have to apologize though, because although Kentucky has Ken Ham, he came from Brisbane, which is 50 minutes down the road. Yeah, he got trained in some of the universities there, so it makes me really think about. I'm sure he's not up there on like the list of, acclaimed accomplishment people that have been from this university. I'm sure he couldn't be because it's an embarrassment to everyone.
Listen,
so.
I'm 1/4 Kiwi. My grandfather was a New Zealander.
Oh,
and we have, I'm saying we, like I'm so Kiwi, we have Ray Comfort. So,
yeah.
you know, swings and roundabouts.
Oh my gosh. I love that banana video.
Oh my
so
God.
much.
Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it. So, yeah.
It
I like
is
how
truly
Matt
the
Dillahunty,
best.
Matt Dillahunty said, when someone brought that up, Matt Dillahunty said, you know, a banana can fit perfectly in your mouth, and it's like you can fit perfectly in your butt as well. Like,
I never heard that before.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
good.
hilarious. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The crazy thing is we're talking about all of this and I'm like, oh, I remember when I used to want to go to the Ark Encounter. Oh, I remember when I used to watch Ray Comfort.
I really want to go to the Ark Encounter, like so bad.
We should go.
Like, all of us go together though.
Yeah, I'd be keen for that. If I could get to America, when I get to America,
I would still go like undercover.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I'd wear this.
Okay.
No, they follow you around. Like atheists get followed around and asked to leave and stuff. If they're
but how do they
and stuff.
Do they know you're atheist by contact, or do they? Is there like a questionnaire?
If you're like walking around giggling and laughing at everything, I think that's like a giveaway.
Probably gonna do it. That might do it.
Yeah.
But what if they're trying to be serious?
I'm an actor. I could do it.
Yeah, I don't know if I could, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Fun fact: you remember when Bill Nye and Ken Ham debated, and they did a walkthrough afterwards? It's on YouTube. Right. It's not that interesting. Bill Nye is a bit more ruthless than that. But you can actually see Aaron Ra in the background. He's like following them in like
no
the crowd.
Way.
Yeah, he's like there behind them, like, and there's all these like creationists in their like really simple covering clothes. Yeah.
I live in Kentucky, and I have made some friends who I think they're the Kentucky Free Thought group.
Okay.
They organized that day that Bill Nye was there, and there's a big group of atheists. I even think maybe I'm making this bit up. No, because it was before Dave Warnock was atheist, but there are a lot of atheists there that day because they did like a protest outside.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember there was one for the opening as well. Was that that wasn't the same day?
I don't know. No, I don't think it was. I don't know. I'm giving a talk next month for, now I can't remember who they are. It's either the Louisville Free Thinkers or Kentucky Free Thought. It's my very first like in public talk that I'm giving.
Oh.
Finally, I'm making it. I've been whacked by Kent Hovind. That's when you know you've made it.
You've really want to be whacked off by Kent Hovind.
Yeah, I've done it. I've been there. That video no longer exists though because it was on his old channel. But it did happen. It did happen. Maybe it's somewhere. I don't know. But so yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm also giving another talk in September at the Kentucky Free Thought Convention. So I'm probably going to do some stuff about prayer. I think that's what I'm going to do it on because of my whole ordeal.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
it's perfect. They just handed it to you.
They really did.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm nervous.
There was.
Oh, you'll be great.
You'll be fine. You're an absolute natural. Like you're gonna. It's good to be a little nervous.
You have a background in theater too.
But I'm given lines, and I like have 3 or 4 months to learn the lines, and then I go and perform like this.
No, you're like naturally charismatic. Even if you flopped, you'd be great.
Yeah, well, maybe.
I mean, when if you do talk about prayer, one of the things that I was testing when I was deconstructing is I was really anxious one time. And I was like, I'm going to pray to God about my anxiety. And then I thought, I'm going to pray to myself or to a jug of milk. I can't remember which one it was. And I prayed to one of them, either myself. And the next day I felt really good. I totally forgot about prayer and everything. But halfway through the day, I was like, why do I feel so good? Oh, that's right. I prayed. And then I went, no, I didn't. I prayed to that jug of milk or to myself. And I was like, if I prayed to God, I would have attributed this to God. Like the reason I felt so good. It was probably just like some like hormonal or like something going on in my like chemistry that was making me feel good or bad. But it's like, wow, I would have attributed that to God. And I think it's actually really interesting to talk about prayer, and like it works. It's like prayer, you either get yes, no, or wait. They're the only three, and it's completely unfalsifiable. You can't you pray to God for something, or you pray to God that something happened, and then it wasn't His will, so it didn't happen, or it did happen, so praise God. It doesn't not gonna happen yet. It's just
one of the things that really annoys me the most, and I know it shouldn't, but it does, is how God has a plan, or one of the gods has a plan. I don't know which one it is, and praying to the God who has a plan to change his mind about the plan that he has is just fruitless.
Yeah.
What makes you think that you are going to get a God who probably doesn't know you to change their mind about something they've already set in motion?
Especially if you believe in predestination.
Exactly. Right. It's one of the things that I said in my post that I probably shouldn't have posted, but I'm an atheist, I'm allowed an opinion, was what makes you arrogant enough to think that you, tiny person, are going to change the mind of a God who has already said your child's going to get RSV? Why couldn't you have just prayed maybe for it to have not happened in the first place?
Yeah.
Why is your God allowed to let this happen and then you get to ask it to not happen?
Yeah.
The arrogance just really pisses me off. So that's what my talk's going to be about.
Perfect.
I mean, is it going to be recorded? Will people be able to watch it?
Yeah, well, I'll record it because I think that's prime stock for my channel.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and so I think this first talk is in front of an audience of about 100. So it's not a big audience, but it's like I get a free dinner and not that I can eat any of the stuff, because since moving to America, I've developed a soy allergy, so I can't eat anything. It's flipping ridiculous.
I've actually heard that when people go to like Europe and stuff, they can eat bread and
I've heard the same thing.
Yeah, and they go back to America and they can't because the pesticides they use on those crops in America aren't legal in Europe.
Yeah,
and so
it triggers so many stuff. Yeah, I can't eat chocolate anymore. I can't eat most breads. It sucks. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
There's not really good chocolate there.
No, that's true. That's true. Hey, Michael Bell.
Yay, thanks, Michael.
So I can't eat anything. So bless my wife. She's like, she says, I'm so sorry that I've moved you here because you've been fired for being an atheist and now you can't eat any food. Oh yeah. It was great. I love it.
I mean, I reckon you'd have way better content living in Kentucky than back in the land of milk and honey.
And I think algorithmically being in America, because YouTube is an American company essentially, so it does. I've noticed a huge difference in being here to the views and everything. Because my old channel, I went to California for a week in 2013 whilst making videos. I did a daily vlog, so I made a video every single day. And whilst I was in California, my views massively picked up, even though like essentially the content didn't change. But because of where I was, it pushed it further. So I do think that, I know there are massive...
David, change your VPN.
Yeah, right. Upload in America. And I
90% of my audience is from America.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I do have some in Kenya. That was I've got some atheists in Kenya watch me regularly, which I think's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I love the deep drinks. Hey, I love deep diving into the analytics and seeing like where people are and trying to tailor stuff. The YouTube algorithm is one of my favorite things to talk about, and I've been very busy and haven't been on it as much as I'd like to. But now that I've lost my job because I'm a dirty great heathen, I'm going to spend more time back on my YouTube channel. My goal with YouTube is to get that silver play button. That's all I want.
Oh yeah.
Just want to get.
Oh yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's the dream. So
I've got my goals like written on the window right next to me. Like I've like got a chalk pen and I'm like written all my goals.
Oh,
and
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that does work. I had a wall with Post-it notes with all mine on it. It was like the wall of dreams. And I just put up something. I'm like, I'm going to put that up and let that manifest. And the only way it works is you just look at it all the time and go, oh yeah, I should probably make that happen. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Sorry, I waffle a lot. I'm sorry.
That's
hey,
fine.
this is the secular soap. Waffle.
Yeah.
Waffle a lot.
Someone said, ask Jon about the Hoven voice changes.
Yeah. Okay. So, my audience, I love them. but they give me instructions, and when I do it, they don't like it.
Okay.
So a while ago, I try not to do a Kent video more than every 6 months, but sometimes it happens a little bit more. But so many people like, I cannot watch this video. Hovine's voice gets on my nerves. I cannot watch this video. So some people suggested doing a voice change. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that. So on three videos ago of Kent, that happened. So 2 videos ago, I'm like, I'm gonna change the voice, and I stupidly pitched it up. So he's just got like a helium squeaky voice.
Oh my God.
Only his parts. And I find it hilarious. But on that video, my audience go, oh, I don't like this voice change. Can you never do that again? Or like, you should have done it down instead. So I was like, okay, fine. I tried what you suggested. You didn't like it. I'll try something else next time. So this last video, which was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I pitched it down, but I made it sound demonic because I thought it was hilarious. That
Okay, that's awesome.
Super religious guy sounds like a demon. Well, 1/3 of my audience went, I don't like this voice. I wish you never changed this voice in the first place.
Oh my gosh.
Well, this is what you wanted.
Yeah.
I was just trying what you wanted. But so I don't know what I did.
Great.
I desperately tried to change it into a Donald Trump voice, but I couldn't find. Yeah. So next time I do it, I'm gonna pay to change his voice to Donald Trump. But yeah, there you go.
I think that would be just as that'd be probably worse, right? Like, especially
I don't know.
Especially coming up with the election. Like,
it would be funny. But yeah, so there you go. That's the Kent Hovind voices. But actually, my highest viewed video on my channel is a Kent Hovind video, but it's also got Forrest Falkai. So I'm not sure if it's. I'm not sure. He called me 2 days ago. Forrest called me. I was like, I was doing something in the kitchen, and I looked at my phone and went, Forrest is calling me. It was
That's
so
awesome.
funny. And you'll love
Forrest
what he said.
is so nice. What did he say?
He said, what's all this I'm hearing about you being fired?
Aww.
And I'm like, how did you find out about that? So
Forrest just seems so nice.
He is a lovely guy.
Yeah.
We're trying to get him to come and do a talk at one of the conventions I'm doing, because the organizers have said, do you know anybody else? I'm like, oh, I know some people that give talks regularly. Let me speak. And I on the phone call, I said, hey, this company are looking for other people to come and speak. And he's like, oh, let me know the dates. That's how nice Forrest is. He is just a genuine, sweet guy.
Yeah.
He was on a video once on a call-in show once with Dave Warnock, and they both started talking about the time that I stole Forrest's phone and took photos of myself on it, and after, like, not inappropriate photos, but I like do not leave your cell phone laying around when I'm around, because if you do, I'm going to take it and I'm going to do 1 million selfies on it. That's just what I do. And I went down to the retreat last year down in Alabama with all these atheist friends, and every time somebody left their phone around, I would pick it up and I would take pictures of myself. So after that video, Forrest texted me the pictures on his phone and said, I'm never deleting these.
Aww.
That's the kind of guy he is. He's so sweet. I love him.
That's so amazing. Yeah, I'm going to BajaCon in August. Yeah. So
where is that again?
It's in Sarnia, Ontario.
That's right. He said to me about that one and said I should come along. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I'm trying to get so many people to come.
Well, I met loads of people at AACon in 2022 down in Georgia. That's where I'd just gone over 13,000 subscribers at that point. So I was still very fresh. But all these folks were like, oh, I've seen your stuff. And we just, my wife came with me, and we just made so many in-person friends. It's great. I can't recommend going to conventions enough. Yeah. You just will meet so many people and not feel so alone, because especially in Bible Belt America, you do feel quite alone.
Yeah.
So I'd get out and go to some conventions.
Yeah.
Fly over to America, David, and come to some conventions.
Oh, if I could. We're -2 cents at the end of every week at the moment. So we're on wage. Yay! So we can come.
I'll break you even. Yeah, I'll break you even.
Yes, it is, Jason. Yes, it is.
Oh, so, nice. I do want to. So, I mean, I've got the 2 in Kentucky this year, I'm trying to get to AACon in Philadelphia this year as well, because that's I want to get like a merch table. I don't know if I've got enough time to do it, but I do want to release some new T-shirts. And I've got a friend who's a graphic designer who I'm going to pay handsomely to design me some more Lisa T-shirts. But I want them to be like, because this is like sweet. It's very childlike. I'd like a boom. Here's Lisa the Rainbow Giraffe dressed in all her robes, like metal kind of with her feet. She can't do that because she's a single-toed ungulate. But whatever. So yeah, maybe we'll give her fingers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that right? Is it a single-toed I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe I made that up.
Yeah.
David's like, what are you saying? You're speaking so fast, mate. I have no idea. I wish I was drinking, he says. It's only like 3 o'clock in the morning, but whatever.
Oh my god.
What time is it there?
Yeah.
It's 11:40.
Oh, okay.
I just got back.
Probably have to get to work soon.
I do, and then I got to go to the dentist. So I have this, my psychologist appointment, and my dentist. Like I'm going to be working all night to catch up.
He has to go to work. So for us, it's evening. For him, he's so gracious to do this.
Wait, aren't you further over? You're like Pacific. Me? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5:41 for me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, because you're in the same time zone as Aaron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
I'm Eastern, so it's 8:41 for me.
Yeah. No, it's dinner time for me. So
well, it's dinner time for me. I came straight down here to go. I just left Becca upstairs with Arthur, like cradling him. He did, and this is not atheist related. I'm sorry, but he did his first proper reach today. You know when someone comes up and he reached for me.
Oh
wow,
that is so cute.
I'm the favorite, and I think it's really winding Becca up because she's like, I'm the mom.
I'm definitely for the favorite for Atlas. I'm definitely the favorite for Atlas.
But are you with him all day?
No, I'm not. That's the thing. I think because when I come out of the room, I'm like, oh my god, it's Atlas! Like, I'm so excited. But when I go to like hug him, when I give him to Amy, he'll turn and like clutch back onto me, and Amy's like, oh, and then she'll be like, can you say mama? And he'll be like, dada.
Oh, I know that Dada's going to be the first thing he says. I know that Dada's going to be the first thing Arthur says.
My first, I have 3 boys, but our oldest, my husband was his favorite from
there you go.
the get-go. But our youngest, I'm his favorite. So
that's sweet.
Yeah, and our middle, he's just like, I'm chill, I'm good, whatever.
I love that we're parents of boys. All of us are parents of boys. It's not just atheism that brings us together. It's those boys peeing everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, this was so much fun.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah,
I like having these type of conversations, but they just like kind of like wing it, flowing a bit more.
Right. It's just a hangout, and that's what it should be. I like a hangout.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
so
everyone go check out the Skeptic on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed before, go over there and post a. Do we have a Skeptic? Secular soapbox emoji. We should get like a.
I think there's
like
a box
emoji.
I don't know.
Box emoji.
Yeah. Put a box.
Yeah. put a box emoji, a packaging emoji here. I'll copy it. Go put it over on one of his videos so he knows that you've come.
Yeah.
I will bestow leaves upon you.
There we go.
Let's confuse his audience with a bunch of different
right.
And we also just want to remind everyone that coming up this week on our channel here, on Thursday, it'll also be linked on my channel. We're having a joint birthday stream for me and my mom. Yay! So don't forget to tune in for that. It's super exciting.
Wait, did you say mum?
Yeah.
You say mum in Canada?
Well, I call her mummy, but yeah, mum.
But you don't say mom? Like
I don't say mom.
But do Canadians say mom?
Some people might say mom.
You spell it like that, right? Mom.
We spell M-O-M.
But you say, oh my god, I'm going. Bye.
Yeah, come here. It's so great here. But I do call her mummy, but I would refer to her as my mum.
Right. That's good.
Yeah, I'm 40 and I still call her mummy.
I call Amy mummy in bed. Sorry, I don't.
Whoa! You do though. You would never have said that if it wasn't true.
Oh my god.
I should actually say that.
So so that's what's coming up on Thursday here and on the Stacey's Mom podcast. So be together. And then on Saturday, we have the Women Atheists Unload channel or show, and we also have the Global Atheists. And then Sunday, we have the call-in show, Let's Talk. So, and we also want to thank our patrons, which are quickly going across the screen. I can't read them that fast. Michael Wiseman, Cindy Plaza, Sunny Shell, Aaron Coalson, Phil Calderone, Amanda McLeod, and Logan Fisher. There's other people, including my mom, Deneen. Oh, Eric Ozols, Rion. So those are all the people. So thank you so much to our patrons. And we also just got one more super chat from Badiba79. Have a great night. So thank you for all the super chats tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And this was amazing.
I had a great time. Thanks for having me.
I had such a great time. I love that.
Jon was fired for being an atheist. That was the moral of this story.
Yeah. That's exactly it. So anyways, thanks so much, everyone. Thanks everyone in the chat. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.